Hey crafty bees, welcome back. We are making a treasure chest centerpiece for your next baby shower or birthday event, so let's get into the video. For the seaweed portion of this project, we are going to take this hula skirt and turn the bottom portion of the skirt into seaweed. So to do that, you're going to cut more than what the length of the seaweed that you want. So I want it to line this vessel or base. So I'm gonna need maybe a couple inches higher than the base that you're using. So right here, I'm gonna cut these strips off. Probably about, I don't know, maybe about 4 to 6 ounces of Mod Podge for this. And I'm gonna get some glove on because this is the messy part. So I have off to the side some clear wrap to place my strips once I have them soaked. And you can also use liquid starch to do this, but I add Mod Podge. Anything that dries clear, you just want to make it a consistency that will, when it dries, I guess you could also probably use glue, because when it dries, you just want it to be clear, and you just want I guess your seaweed, if you want to call it. You want your seaweed strips to be stiff. So there is an indentation right here. So what you want to do is start your jewels after the indentation, and we'll cover up this bottom part with something else. So you're gonna need hot glue and gems. So you can use gems of any color, doesn't matter the color. You just put a dot. Oh gosh. Fail. Let's try this one. We're gonna put a dot, and then we're gonna do this. Place it just before the indentation, like that. Push down firmly, and then we're just going to continue this line all the way around, and then we're going to stagger the gems. Okay, so when you get to the end, just be mindful that all the gems are not the same size. So you might end up with a gap, which is okay because this first row is going to be covered up a little bit by our little seaweed thing. But if you do run into a gap, or try and, I guess, choose different smaller size gems as you go around, because I used about 14 gems so far, but you see how this one, it's way bigger than this one, you know, so just keep that in mind before you start. And yeah, so we're gonna go on to the second row. We're just gonna try and find like a skinnier or smaller gem to kind of fill in that gap right there. Get to this final row, there is a bit of a, when you get to this final row, there's a bit of a gap right here, which is where your final row is going to be. So what you want to do is keep filling the gems in as much as you can, and if they go over the edge, that's fine. Again, we're gonna fill in these gaps later, but it's just mainly to get the gems on there and have like a uniform look. So per usual, these little seaweed things did not turn out the way I wanted them to, so they're not, I guess, as stiff as they should be. Thinking maybe cornstarch would probably have been a better choice, but I didn't have any, so I am going to have a change of plan. So what we're gonna do is we still have our base that we made, that we covered. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cover it with my net. Now I used this net in a few previous projects, and we're just gonna cut it to the length or the size of, cut it to the size of the vase. So you'll just cut that straight down. I got this from Amazon or Michael's, I don't remember which one, but I'll let you guys know, of course. Okay, next we're going to wrap this around. Now this is somewhat stretchy, so even when you cut it to size, it might stretch a little more after that, so I might have to cut it down again. But what I want to do is hot glue this to the bottom. Still have excess, then I would highly suggest just go ahead and cut out the excess. Once again, other than that, if you glue it down, you don't really need to. Let's see. Okay, so now I got this little foam thing from the Dollar Tree. So what I'm gonna do with that is I'm gonna place that inside. And you can secure that down with glue. You can leave it like that because we're actually going to put something on top of it. So, like that. And that'll pretty much stay because it's like the shape of the base. So next, we are going to paint this little thing. So this mini treasure chest I got from I got from Michael's. It's about $1, so I think it's like $1.15, $1.29, something like that. So I just taped off the hardware, and then I'm gonna use some brown paint. Oh god, that was gross. I'm gonna use some brown paint to paint the other areas. Now what I'm not doing is painting this section right here. You can, but I actually wanted to paint that gold to match the hardware. So I'm just trying not to paint on top of that. Okay, so this is the finished centerpiece, but I realized something. I haven't shown you guys this little faux sand trick that I learned a while back. So I'm gonna take off these green things and show you guys a little something that you could do. And I think if you don't have the right color crinkle paper like I do, and you're doing a project that has to do with under the sea or like a beachy type of theme, you can totally do this little trick. It does take you using up a household item that you probably cook with, and this is brown sugar. So the cool thing about brown sugar is it looks like sand. So what I'm gonna do, instead of, which I think this is gonna look totally better, instead of having little green strings in there, or even, I'm just gonna put a few spoonfuls of brown sugar to cover up my what is this thing? Oh, my floral foam. So to cover up your floral foam, and then it's a little messy, it's a little sticky, so you do have to be aware of what where you're putting the centerpiece after the party, because of course during a party it's gonna look good, it's gonna be awesome, but for keeping it in your home after a party, you probably don't want a bunch of brown sugar everywhere. So just keep that in mind. You can go the crinkle paper route, but I really think this looks a little more realistic, and it's kind of cool. So I don't know, tell me what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.